Welcome back to Margaritas in Paradise. Hey, when can you tell that a bar girl is telling you a lie? Well, we're going to get to that in a few minutes.
All right.
So, of course, the answer to that question is when her mouth's moving. All right. Now, that's not true all the time, but it's true a good portion of the time. And I'm going to show you and tell you from my observations, okay, over the years, when I kind of think she's not telling me the truth. You can think of anything else, please put it in the comment section below. All right, so I'm out on Soy Maiden, Thailand, I think it is, yeah. Headed down towards midnight this morning, out just for a morning walk. I had some guys in town from YouTube, and they were asking me a bunch of questions and things like that. We went out and had a good time, and anyway, they bring up all these things that they were constantly hearing. You know, when you're walking down the street, how many times have you heard, "Oh, handsome man"? All right, so there's number one. Are you really a handsome man? And how old are you? I mean, really, how old are you? Okay, when she guesses that a 60-year-old man's 42, do you think you really look like you're 42 years old? I look in the mirror every morning and I think, who are you? Because I feel like I'm 35 inside. You know, people talk about age being a number. Well, I'll tell you what, it's hard to imagine an 80-year-old man may feel like he's 40 years old, but does he really look like he's 40 years old? Not too many do. Now, I do have a good friend of mine. I call him the Bait, and I'll just say his name is Ross. I've never had him on here, but you know, Ross is in his 80s, and he looks considerably younger, but he doesn't look 40. Okay, so we do a lot of self-convincing in our lives, and you know, after enough women tell you, "Hey, well, how you doing, brother?" And after enough women tell you that you're a handsome man, and they comment that you look like you're 35 or 42 or, you know, 20 years younger than what you actually are, I think some guys start to believe that. Now, what do you think? Do you think every time you ask a girl her name, you're getting her real name? Well, probably not. And the thing is they have nicknames, for instance. All right, so there's a good chance that you're getting her nickname. But if she's been working all over town, she may go by different names, because girls tend to get a reputation at some point or another about certain ways that they act, this, that, and the other. And they don't want everybody to know exactly who they are, so they may not give you the same name as they may have had at another bar. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. How you doing there, brother? All right, so how about their age? What do you think a 30-year-old woman's gonna say about her age? Is she gonna shave off a few years? Definitely. And the older she is, you know, if she's 40 years old or so, she's probably gonna act like she's 30. And if she's 45 or 50 years old, she's gonna still act like she's 30. So whatever that you will believe is what she's gonna do. So you have to take it with a grain of salt and use some common sense, all right? Use some common sense. That's a big thing when you're in Pattaya, Thailand, and all over Thailand for that fact. I was at a bar the other day. I was taking some friends from out of town to a bar, and we went in, and I recognized somebody from the bar that I hadn't seen in a number of years. So I was sitting there and talking to her, and I think her name was Jen. Anyway, Jen went to remind me, because she knew that I was always good for a birthday present. Normally I give perfume or things like that to the girls, right? So, or if I don't have that, maybe just maybe 1,000 baht or something like that. So of course, she's hoping to get some money out of me. So she says, "Hey, Tom, do you remember that that yesterday was my birthday?" Well, I looked up on the phone and I found out that her birthday was actually on April 2nd. And, you know, it's just another thing, another way that she's trying to get more money out of me. I'm really good about birthdays. I like celebrating birthdays. And I keep track of them. So not everybody does that, but that's one of the things that I do for sure. So here's another one that I hear all the time. "Oh, it was just my birthday and nobody bought me a drink. Nobody gave me a present." You know, in Thailand, on somebody's birthday, normally the person who's throwing the birthday, or is having the birthday, throws a big party and they pay for everything. And, you know, in the USA, everybody gets gifts on their birthday. Here, you get broke on your birthday. So they're just trying to figure out something to get more money out of you again, all right? So when was the last time you were sitting in a bar talking to a girl and she immediately mentions that this is her sister, okay? And she just started working here, or the fact that this is her first day or her first week working at this bar. How many times have you heard that? So it's funny that so many girls have been only working at a bar for, let's say, 2 weeks at a time or so, something like that. And so that's something else that you have to really be, I see you guys, that's something else that you really have to watch out for, because they're going to take advantage of making you think that they're brand new, farm fresh to the bar scene. We're down on Toiba Cal, kind of across from Freetown, and there's this small, let's see here, what road is this? It's right across from Candy Club, and there's Treetown, and there's this small soy here. I'm not sure what the name of it is, but they have this small little restaurant. It looks really nice. Ka Prao Super Lai. It looks really good. Look, it's someplace to check out. There's all kinds of places to eat out here. Okay, let's press on. Now, I've been having these super tips, big hacks, things that make your stay here in Pattaya, Thailand better. And stay tuned to the end for my super hack of the day. All right. Have you ever heard a bar girl say, "I don't have a boyfriend"? Now, when I had a bar, okay, when I owned a bar, I would say that 90%, maybe even higher than that, of the girls that worked for me all had boyfriends or a girlfriend, okay? They all had them. These guys would show up at 10, 11 o'clock at night, and they would come in and get money from the girls, okay? Get all their money that they had made up to that point in the evening and go partying with that money. Now, yeah, that was a bad deal. I always felt bad for these girls that put up with that type of stuff, but they did it all the time. And going along with that, now I'm not sure exactly where we're at. I'm thinking it's about 8 or 9, but going along that same line is, have you ever heard, "I don't like Thai men"? And that's a whole nother one right there. Guaranteed. If the girl is under 25 years old, unless she's living with you, and that's not even 100% case right there, guaranteed, if she's under 25, she has a Thai boyfriend or a Thai girlfriend. Yeah, that's just the way it is. 100%. Yeah, it's right there. It's guaranteed. So these just make me laugh. I was going through these questions with Amazon, and she was like, lie, 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 lie. She knows. She worked bar a number of years ago, and she knows exactly how it is and what the girls do to go through and make money. That's just the way it goes. Now, have you ever been at a bar or a nightclub or any place like that and been drinking with the girl all night? Maybe, let's say that you've already given her maybe 5 drinks and everything's looking good for that night. And right at the last minute, right before you're ready to go, she informs you that she's on her period. Well, there is a chance that she is, okay, but there's a bigger chance that maybe she's not. All right, so let's press on. I don't know how many times I heard, especially in my younger days, I would end up having somebody go back to the room with me. And once we got back there, they were tired, or they were sick, or they forgot to give their key to their sister so they could get in their room, and they needed to leave right away. So that goes along with, I think I've talked about this in the past and everything. You have to really be aware of the tricks that these girls, and you know, you may not even be after a girl, but whoever you're looking for, your partner, your companion for the night, is going to do whatever they can to get the most amount of money out of you. So you have to just be aware of that. Have you ever heard this one before? You've been in close contact with somebody for a few days, and you ended up returning to your home country, but you wanted to call up and see how that person's doing or whatever, and she's unreachable, okay? Not answering her phone, not checking her messages. Yeah, what's going on with that? And finally, you get a hold of her, and what ended up happening is her phone's broken, or it got lost or stolen, or she lost money on her phone, and her phone not work for maybe 3 or 4 days. Can you imagine that? There's not a chance in the world that a girl can go 20 minutes without her phone. So definitely not the truth. Definitely not the truth. I don't know how many phones I've bought for girls over the years, because, you know, it takes a long time to figure out that your girl's not different. And, you know, why would she lie to me? I've heard that too in the past. My friends talk about that. Why would she lie? Well, yeah, you know, there's lots of reasons why she's going to lie, or not tell the whole truth. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. I don't know how many times I've heard this one before. After a nice night, and I decided to tip somebody, and a few minutes later they call me up and say, honey, somebody stole my money. All my money's gone, and my rent's due. What am I gonna do? Or even on a daily basis, I used to have a girl that would call me up every day telling me that she didn't make any money the night before, and she doesn't have any money to eat, and she needs 500 baht per day to eat. So, you know, I didn't stay with that for a long time, but that happens all the time, and these girls really try to take advantage of you. So just be careful when you decide to give or not give somebody money. Oh, that's a bar right here. There's a bar. There's bars right next to each other that are for sale or for lease. There's one across the street. Now we're in the Tree Town area. Almost every day, I have somebody approaching me to borrow money, okay? Now, The main thing to know is that if somebody here in Thailand wants to borrow money, they have no intentions of paying you back. All right, so for the most part, okay, if it's a good friend or something like that, and you say, okay, you're going to pay me back on Friday, and if you borrow 500 baht, you're going to give me 600 baht, and make it worth my time to loan you the money, then that's one thing. But more than likely, they're going to need like 2,000 to 5,000 baht, and they're just going to say, oh, I'll give it back to you when I can. Okay, most likely that means they're never going to, you're not going to ever be that priority to repay that money. I'm just telling you, don't get caught up in that. I try to tell girls anymore, let's be friends. All right, let's be friends, not bring money into the equation. So that's what I do. I just don't loan money anymore. That's just fact. And so try to take care of yourself while you're here. Hey, and while I'm thinking about this, make sure you're giving me a big thumbs up. You're hitting that subscribe button. You're hitting that bell right next to it for future notifications. All right, so the last one is the tip. Okay, we're always talking about the tips that we're going to give. And so the last thing you need to do, if you're going to take care of yourself, if you know the bars that you're going to, or the nightclubs and that sort of thing, check them out ahead of time before you get there. Look on Google reviews and check them out. See if there's any names mentioned about certain people to stay away from, certain managers that are no good, things like that. And know before you get there what to expect. If it's a good bar or establishment in general, it's going to be noted on Google. There's no doubt about it. People like to review good places. All right, so that's all I have for you. I think these are just common lies that you hear all the time. Man, they are building everything out here. Look at this. Right across the street. I kid you not, that complex there was a really nice garden bar type place. Really nice. It was just put in earlier this year, and they're already redoing it during low season. So, all right, let's get back out to Soy Bacow. Well, we're out on Soy Bacow right now. Mau cop. Up. How you doing, man? Up. Doing good. Getting hot out here. Now we're back on Made in Thailand. Made in Thailand. All right, so that's going to be it for right now, and we'll get back to you. See you in the next video.